Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Oh, good. Thank you for asking.
So, growing up, I moved around a lot as a kid. My parents were a very special type of gig workers called immigrants on visas. So we moved to the US when I was barely 11 months old. Me, my parents, and my grandma settled in this little town called Glen Ellen, Illinois. My parents would go to work while my grandma and I were alone. The moment they came back, my grandma would always, regardless of how the day went, always shout, "Eh, the kipdi evan mande na para para." I didn't know if you guys would laugh at that. Any native Tamil speakers here tonight, just out of curiosity?
No,
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
sorry.
Then you wouldn't know that what I just said roughly translates to, "Why is he annoying the hell out of me?" For the record, I know I understand it's very stereotypical to think that all old Indian ladies are animated and overreacting. That is why I never do the accent. Also, mostly because my grandma didn't speak English. Now, look, kidding aside, I love my grandma. I'll always appreciate her for teaching me how to speak and read and write before I started preschool. Although I got to say, it's always weird when you show up to your first day at a Catholic preschool and then you tell the teacher slash nun, "Vanakkam, naman the pranam." Wrong language, grandma. So we didn't have a lot of money growing up. The first job my dad ever worked after leaving India was as a toll booth attendant. Meanwhile, my mom, despite also having gone to grad school, had to work a second job babysitting other kids in our apartment building in Mount Prospect, Illinois. Yeah, clearly that town would be better off being called Mount No Prospect. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not bragging either. He did grow into a bit of a tall, muscular bod. I feel like I feel like I feel like the groundwork for that was sort of laid before I turned 4 from the weekly grocery shopping sprees with my mom in Wheeling, Illinois. Basically think of it like this. Wheeling is the Indian hub of the greater Chicago area. It's essentially the Edison, New Jersey of Illinois. Yeah, my dad's super Indian friend once visited us over the holidays, and we knew the only place nearby where he'd feel welcome. So we always started off these trips by shopping at a local Indian store called Sheetal Grocery, spelled Shital. It was an electric sign, so my sister and I had a bet one day that the A and the L one day might not work. Thank God it didn't. I'd hate for that store to get canceled and then have to travel all the way to Patel Brothers and Niles, all for just for some decent rice flour and tikka masala. Now, across the street from the Sheetal Grocery was a Chevrolet dealership. We'd always used to pass by a giant billboard which spelled commercial as COMMERICAL,
Very fun.
proving that even though a lot of Indians, including former spelling bee winners, lived in and worked in Wheeling, Illinois, though all the major businesses were still owned by white guys. Another place we'd like to shop at growing up was called Carniceria Jimenez. Now, my mom is a vegetarian and she doesn't speak Spanish. So it took a while for her to realize that carniceria literally translates to butcher shop. But hey, that's the only place where you can find some reasonably priced tortillas. Meanwhile, mission tortillas, merely finding them at the local grocery store is the real mission. But hey, I'm glad that Carniceria Jimenez has 7 locations throughout the Chicago area now. I'm also glad that Patel Brothers has 3 of its own. The one in Niles is right next to my orthodontist, and the one in Schaumburg isn't too far away from the first comedy club where I ever performed live. Found out it's the perfect place to get yourself some Cadbury chocolates after bombing on stage. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed my little biography / geography lesson. We all hold a very special bond to the state where we were born and raised, even if we have a vision board that says we got to leave soon. I tried the excuse on it that inflation has made everything more expensive. It only responded with, "The clock is ticking." I watched Seer. Hopefully this performance will appeal to my vision board's emotions. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm Pranav. Good night.
Yay!